Did you know that according to the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, $231 billion are spent in support of conservation projects every year by AZA accredited zoos? Hi, I'm Allison Glover, and I'm currently an intern at the Memphis Zoo and have previously been employed with the Nashville Zoo. Almost everyone enjoys going to the zoo as a fun outing with friends or family, and it is a good feeling knowing your money is going towards a good cause of protecting wildlife. Zoos are invaluable when it comes to environmental conservation by having the ability to educate the public and study animal behaviors for the benefit of medicine and endangered species conservation. Today, I'm going to talk to you about why you should help save the zoos. We need zoos to educate the general public on the importance of conservation. As stated in a research study titled "What is the Zoo Experience?", visitors have more positive perceptions and behaviors about zoos, their animals, and conservation initiatives the more they interact with animals, naturalistic exhibits, and zoo programming and staff. So when people see the impact these animals are making and the enthusiasm and extra care of the keepers, they develop more of an appreciation for these animals. If the general public never sees wildlife impacted by the pollution, they will not get to experience why these animals are so important to our environment. Once these animals are given a name, and thus a personality, it creates an emotional affection that makes people want to take action helping these animals thrive in their environments. The efforts zoos make are invaluable in the way of poaching efforts, scientific humane research, and developing species survival plans. Zoos help animal survival rates by restricting the threat of predators, pain of parasites, being treated for injuries or illness, and being provided with a high-quality diet, as well as the many zoos that have now adapted very creative ideas for animal enrichment. To inhibit boredom, according to Dr. Dave Haynes' article, Why Zoos Are Good, there are over 500 cooperatively managed animal programs, including the species survival programs. Animal care manuals are developed by AZA species experts to compile all recommended best care practices for that species. There are many well-educated people working tirelessly to ensure the best possible outcome for these species. Through the AZA program, zoos can gain national accreditation standards including animal care, breeding protocols, and providing adequate educational opportunities such as keeper chats for the guests. In addition, it ensures each zoo is involved in extra research with animal science professionals about conservation efforts annually. To check if the zoo you visit is accredited, you can search their website. Now that we have discussed why it is essential to have zoos, we will talk about how we can help support them. So check to see if your local zoo is accredited and then go visit. Simply by attending a zoo, your purchases made in the park will go towards making improvements for the zoo or directly to animal care and husbandry efforts. We have several AZA accredited zoos in Tennessee, including the Chattanooga Zoo, Memphis and Nashville zoos, and the Knoxville Zoo, as well as 240 other accredited zoos worldwide as of April 2020. Attending accredited zoos can help avoid funding unregulated zoos similar to those shown in Tiger King. Whenever possible, donate to a reputable nonprofit zoo program, do your research on what efforts they are making for preserving wildlife, or volunteer. Large zoos with many species can only become established with many sponsors. So for example, Memphis Zoo has many donors from city and local businesses, therefore they are one of the top 10 zoos in the U.S. Memphis Zoo currently has an emergency animal support fund in place in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. On their website they state, "You can be assured the 4,500 plus animals here will continue to receive the best care from our dedicated staff." They go on to explain spring is typically their busiest season and they are in need of donations for animal upkeep during this time. So next we can imagine what impact a world full of zoos advocating for conservation efforts for animals in the wild could have. We can imagine a world where every animal in captivity receives the best possible care. Zookeepers ensure the animals have adequate enrichment and socialization needed to keep the animals content and avoid boredom behaviors or stressful related behaviors. Volunteers and employees can help educated guests on how they can work to help protect animals at home, such as purchase sustainably harvested palm oil products. We can also see the impact zoos made on endangered species being able to reestablish their population in the wild. Vegetation would have the chance to regrow and replenish the habitats that have been lost to our industrial practices over the years. Animals could roam free without having to compete for scarce resources left in small patches of big cities, and without the fear of poaching, if we do our part and vote laws into place to control this problem. The result will be a much more productive environment, which will in turn be more beneficial for us and animals alike by providing more clean air and water. In conclusion, zoos can have a positive impact on species conservation and public education when managed and supported correctly. Zoos are invaluable when it comes to environmental conservation by having the ability to educate the public and study animal behavior for the benefit of medicine and endangered species preservation. You can help save zoos by visiting accredited zoos, donating or volunteering, or making smart and sustainable purchases at home. By doing your research and supporting the right efforts, you can do your part to help save zoos and save wildlife. Approximately 77,300 species have been considered threatened or critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Do not let species fall extinct due to careless acts of habitat loss. Do your part and support a zoo today.